I am out at Regency in EverRange today. This is the new 55 plus section that is inside of EverRange, and it's actually being built by Toll Brothers. So, if you've been watching the growth between Nocatee and eTown, this is the big new one. This is one of the big new communities that you guys need to know about. EverRange is a PARC Group master plan community. And that matters because the PARC Group is the ones that are behind Nocatee and eTown. And so this isn't just some random new neighborhood with a nice entrance sign that's popping up. This is a large master plan community off of US 1, and it's right between Nocatee and eTown. And it has homes and amenities and trails. It has preserved land, and eventually it's going to have more connection. All neighborhoods are going to connect together at some point. Regency is a 55 plus active adult community that fits right in the middle of that. And the basic idea is pretty simple. It's gated, it's low maintenance, it's single story homes, it's Toll Brothers finishes, which is a big deal for this area, and a private active adult amenity center. Also, access to the bigger EverRange amenity package that the community is going to have built out as well. So the homes here aren't little tiny retirement cottages. Toll Brothers has two main collections. They have the Acadia collection. Those are on the smaller side. I'm going to get some video of those shortly, and they start around 1,900 square feet. And then they have the Willow collection, and they're on the larger side, and they go up to close to 2,900 square feet. So this is really aimed at the buyer who wants to downsize the maintenance, but not necessarily the lifestyle. And that's an important distinction. A lot of people moving to Florida say they want less to take care of, but you know what? They still want to cook in a nice kitchen. They still want room for guests. They still want to have the home office. They still want space for the kids and the grandkids to visit. And that's the lane that Regency at EverRange is trying to hit. It's not just, I'm retiring and I'm going to go buy the smallest house possible. It's, I want a new home. I want a better lifestyle. I want fewer headaches. And I don't want to speed around every weekend dealing with the yard and all the maintenance out there. The private Regency amenities are planned to include things like a clubhouse. They've got resort-style pool. They've got a fitness center. They got pickleball, tennis, yoga, a putting green, and they have a full-time lifestyle director as well. And then you got EverRange as the planned whole. It has parks and trails and gathering spaces and lake areas and broader community amenities. So a smaller 55-plus neighborhood inside a much larger master plan community. And so that is a pretty big selling point for a lot of people because some buyers want 55 plus living and they don't necessarily want to feel isolated from everything else. Here, you can have the active adult section and still be a part of the larger community with all the other neighborhoods around it. Now, the location is probably one of the biggest things to wrap your head around. This is in southeast Jacksonville. It's not quite St. Johns County. It's not Nocatee. It's not eTown, but right in that growth corridor between the two. So for some buyers, that's going to be a pretty big plus. You may like being close to Nocatee and close to eTown, close to the beaches, close to the south side, and still in a brand new master plan community. For some other buyers, you'll want to compare it carefully against Nocatee, against Del Webb and eTown, Del Webb and Nocatee, and some of the other St. Johns County options, like maybe even the Landing, which is a little further out. The biggest questions are going to be the total monthly cost. So HOA fees, what lawn maintenance is included, and how long you're comfortable being around new construction while the rest of EverRange is getting built out. Definitely not a negative necessarily, it's just how being early in a master plan community works. Early buyers often get opportunity, and they also get construction. So you need to know which side of that trade-off matters more to you. So my first impression, Regency at EverRange is going to make a lot of sense for a buyer who wants new construction. They want a gated 55 plus setup, and they want a higher end builder with a strong location between two of the most talked about master plan communities here in Northeast Florida. Now, it's not going to be the cheapest option. That's not the point here. The point is low maintenance, active adult living with a polished Toll Brothers product inside a major new PARC Group community. I'm going to walk some models today, and I'm going to get a better feel for the layouts and the finishes and how it actually feels here on site. Because floor plans and renderings are helpful, but you learn a lot more when you stand in the house and you drive on the streets and you see what the community is actually becoming. If you're considering 55 plus living in Jacksonville, Nocatee eTown, St. Johns County, this one, you should have it on your radar.